In this episode of SNG Explains, we look back at 10 years of the BRI, Chinese President Xi Jinping's pet project.
10年的历程表明，共建“一带一路”站在了历史正确的一边，符合时代进步的逻辑，走的是人间正道。我们要有乱云飞渡仍从容的定力。
At the third Belt and Road Forum, which was held after a gap of 4 years, Xi Jinping claimed that his signature project launched a decade ago was on the right track. According to official Chinese data, as of June this year, China had signed over 200 Belt and Road Cooperation Agreements with 152 countries and 32 international organizations. Over the past decade, Chinese loans or equity investments in BRI projects has been $1 trillion, with a large chunk pumped into the energy sector, which explains China's foray into resource-rich Africa and the oil-rich Arab world.
I think China has been able to connect its economy with the major European economy, with the West Asian economy, with the African economy, not just by maritime route, but also by road. So I think in that sense, BRI has more been an instrument for China to connect itself globally in terms of its infrastructure, roads, ports. And I think this is something which China had in mind when they thought that possibly BRI is going to boost the economy.
Goods worth about $19 trillion have been traded between China and BRI countries in the past decade. With less transparency in terms and conditions of loans extended by Chinese banks, many projects have pushed small and developing countries into debt traps, defaults, and even parting with state assets. Sri Lanka had to lease out its Hambantota port for 99 years. The China-Pakistan economic corridor has led to less prosperity but more economic turmoil to an economy that's already in bad shape.
What has the benefit been for the Pakistan economy from BRI? I mean, Pakistan still faces power shortages despite all these thermal power plants that the BRI built up. And in fact, those power plants are running out of funds because the classic problem of nobody paying their bills, dues, leads to lack of resources to buy fuel, and then it's a vicious cycle. Look at the debt crisis in Sri Lanka. Now, many people say this is not a debt trap, or the debt trap is of Sri Lanka's doing. But the fact of the matter is, whether in Pakistan or in Sri Lanka, greater association with China in the economic realm or in the political realm or both have actually led to a lowering of standards.
According to a report released by Aid Data, an international development research lab, by the end of last month, 165 countries owed at least $385 billion to China, which funded their projects. This report further states that 42 countries owe more than 10% of their GDP to China. Italy, the only G7 nation on the BRI bandwagon, has said it was mulling whether to pull out, as it feels the move hasn't been sufficiently beneficial economically. And with the Chinese economy not doing well either, she says the way forward is practical cooperation, and that small yet smart projects will also be promoted.
You know, there's a lot of talk about white elephants and wasted investments, and I think the Chinese government is very aware of this and will try to focus on investments they see as providing a return to them. And when I say a return to them, it means perhaps a financial return, but perhaps also returns in terms of influence and in terms of gaining some, what they're promoting their agendas in the global south.
Stay tuned for more such topics on SNG Explains. We will be back with a new topic for you. Till then, keep watching Strat News Global. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.